So I just watched Tron. I'd never watched it before. It had such an impact on media that I knew its aesthetic, but I had never actually seen the story. And it's basically about a programmer that gets sucked into the world of programs and computers, and then once in there has to fight gladiatorial games and fight an evil supercomputer program. And I am immediately taken with this concept. It's so charming and quirky. The world building for it is so delightfully like simplistic and fun. It's like, oh, these programs do this, and then they have bits, and they have these relays, and this, and it's has like references to the words around programming. It doesn't make any sense when connected to real programming, but it doesn't really matter. It's so delightful, and there's something about it that gives you a very warm, positive feeling. It's not a serious film, and its writing is a little weak in some areas, but for some reason you just kind of forgive it and you're along for that ride. It feels very fun to watch. The visual design is so distinctive. Like, I can see why even though I had never seen it, I had never seen the Tron movie, right? And yet somehow I could always recognize when someone was referencing Tron or being inspired by Tron because the aesthetic was so pervasive and so effective. It's almost like Star Wars in that way, that if you reference it a little bit, you immediately clock it as like, oh, that's like Tron. And you can see why when watching it because the visual style is so distinct. I mean, the graphics are so new for that time, and like on a literal level, it looks bad now that it's been 45 years. But within the context of the story, it works so well because it feels so intentional. It doesn't feel like bad graphics. It feels like, well, this is the way this world looks. It feels consistent. It feels very stylized. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be something and then kind of failed at it, which is what happens with a lot of quote unquote bad graphics of the old time, is that they're trying to look a certain way, and now looking at it with our better graphics of this time, it's like, oh, they didn't achieve what they were going for quite as well as graphics of the modern era would do. But they're not trying to achieve some specific look. They're achieving that look. And they do it so well. So the funky graphics just serve the story of being like, we're in this weird 2-bit world. That's how this works. That's how it looks like. It feels so intentional. And the art direction and the set design is fabulous. Like, it's so consistent and cool and creative. And the architecture, even in the real world, I absolutely loved how there's certain shots of the real world that's supposed to almost invoke the computer world they've invented, where the lines are very blocky and almost like a motherboard, and it's invoking that. It was just very cool color choices. It's so fun to look at, fun to watch. The story is whatever. I mean, it's short. I will give it that, is that I think it does not, if it was longer, it would not do as well, but it didn't overstay its welcome. It just was very get to the point. And I think that served it well. It had a needlessly complicated romance. I'm not sure why they did it that way, but I'm not sure it was necessary to. Whatever. I enjoyed the themes, though. They had a line: when programs and machines start thinking, people will stop. That felt very timely. That was fun. Uh, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was. It's not. Is it a great story? No. Is it even a great movie? No. But it is fun. It was charming. That was what I just felt. It felt so delightful and quirky and creative, and its many flaws didn't weigh on me in the enjoyment of the film, which was a thing that I think is important to note when you're watching a piece of media, is that not all flaws are equal, right? Some flaws stand out to you and interfere with your enjoyment of a piece of media. And then some flaws, no matter how grand they are, sometimes don't. And in this case, they didn't. I enjoyed the movie. I was smiling, had a lot of fun. I look forward to this new one that's coming out. I enjoyed the trailer for it. I am looking forward to a modern depiction of those light cycle things because they're super cool, and uh that'll be fun to watch. It's such a cool concept. Anyway, if you would like to see my review of that film, do subscribe. Comment down below what you thought of this film. I love hearing different people's opinions. And for those of you following, the next chapter of Bone Song, Diary of a Sentient Sword, is out. That is my book. I release a chapter for free twice a week. Happy reading. Take care.